Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in day 7 of AWS Zero to Hero series, today we are going to understand the concept of Elastic IP, and also we are going to see the life cycle of EC2 instance. So what is an Elastic IP? So basically Elastic IP is a static IP which is provided by AWS. So you can associate this static IP with your EC2 instance. Now why we need static IP? For example, you have created a EC2 instance. So by default, AWS assign you a one public IP address. Once you restart that instance, that IP address will not be available. So it will be changed. So to keep the static, so keep the single or a particular IP address for the EC2 instance, like you want the whenever you restart your instance, that public IP should not be changed. In that case, you have to use the Elastic IP because this is provide you a static IPv4 address for your EC2 instance. So this is required also, like for example, if you are hosting a web application and you want a fixed IP address for DNS setting, because you cannot change a DNS settings every time. So in that case also Elastic IP is required. So how to use an Elastic IP address? So allocate an Elastic IP address from EC2 dashboard. Then we will associate the Elastic IP with your EC2 instance, and we can use that particular static public IP to connect to your EC2 instance as well. So we will see in a hands-on. Now we will see the EC2 instance life cycle. So whenever you create a EC2 instance, it goes in all these four phases. The very first is pending. It means instance is being initialized. What means AWS is allocating the resources to create a EC2 instance. Then another state is running. So instance is live and operation. It means you can connect to the instance, you can host your application, and you can access the application from the public or private IP address. Another state or another life cycle we have here is stopping, which is called stop. So what happen in this stage basically? So the operating system shutdowns cleanly, and you stop paying for the compute resources, but still you will pay for the storage like EBS, and the auto assigned public IP is lost. If you are not using Elastic IP address, then the public IP address which is auto assigned to this EC2 instance, that will be gone. So all these things happen in stopping or stopped state life cycle. Then the final phase of life cycle we have here is terminating. It means you are going to delete your EC2 instance permanently, and the root volume, the EBS volume, is also deleted unless you choose it to retain it. Like you have to manually choose, okay, you want to retain this EBS volume. Otherwise, as soon as you click on terminate the instance, the IP address, sorry, the EBS volume will not be available. Now, what all the best practices for EC2 instances? So use Elastic IP for production workload, which required like fixed IP address. Release EIPs not in use to avoid unnecessary charge. So if you are not using Elastic IP, then it is good you always release the Elastic IP, so you will not pay for that particular IP address. Always backup of your EC2 data before termination, and use tags to manage and monitor instance life cycles. So let's move to hands-on. Let's see how we will allocate Elastic IP to the EC2 instance. So I'm on my EC2 instance, sorry, AWS console. So let me quickly create a new EC2 instance here. Then we will see the difference between a static IP and a dynamic IP. So let me provide a name here. For example, I'm giving a name demo1, sorry. Demo. Here operating system, let me choose Ubuntu. Now I will choose Amazon Machine Image. AMI is a free tier. So this is also fine. Instance type also I will go with T3 micro, and let me generate a key pair here. So let me put a name demo1. And in networking settings, so I'm not going to change anything. You can see auto assigned public IP address here. So that service is enabled. So by default, as soon as you will create a EC2 instance, automatically AWS assign a public IP address for you. So here for now we are not configuring Elastic IP. We are just going to see this public IP address if it's going to change when we do a reboot of EC2 instance. So everything is fine. Let me hit on launch instance. So it will take couple of minutes. Okay, it's completed. Let me go to the instance. Okay, so now we can see the public IPv4 address which is auto assigned. It is 1315. Let me copy it and paste it in a browser. Okay, now what I will do, I will restart this particular instance. So you can see the instance state. So the life cycle, these are the life cycles of EC2 instance, like stop, start, reboot, hibernate instance, and terminate or delete instance. So here what we are going to do, we are going to reboot the instance. Okay, so still we can see the same public IP addresses. Let me refresh the page. Okay, let me do one thing. Okay, status check is initializing, so let's wait couple of minutes. Okay, it's not changed. Let me do one thing. Let me stop the instance, then we will start the instance. So actually you can see here the status, we cannot see like stop the instance, so it means the status still it's initializing. So let's wait couple of minutes. Okay, so the status is checked is 3-3, sorry, 3/3 check passed. So let me again refresh if the auto assigned public IP address is changed or not. Okay, so still we are getting a same public IP addresses which we have browsed here. So let me quickly stop the instance. Let me select the instance and let me stop the instance. So you will see the associate resources also. So let me see. Okay, and let me refresh it. So the instance state is stopping. So let's wait couple of minutes. Okay, so here we can see the instance stage is stop now, and we cannot see any public IPv4 address here. So now what I will do, I will start the instance. So now you can see the public IP address is got changed now. So now we are getting 13.60.89.41, and here we have seen 13.51.64.14. So it means the EC2 instance, like whenever we are restarting, not restarting, actually we are stopping the instance and starting it again, then the public IP address is getting changed. So now to keep this public IPv4 as a static IP, what we can do, we can assign an elastic IP to this particular instance. So for that, what we will do, we will go to a networking and security section. So here we can see elastic IPs. So as of now we don't have any elastic IP, so let me click here allocate elastic IP address, and region also will choose. So we are on which region we are on? Europe region. So EU North 1. So we are in the same region as well, EU hyphen North hyphen 1. So let me hit on allocate. Now we will assign this particular IP address to our EC2 instance. So here associate elastic IP address. So let me click on this. So here I will choose my instance name, and this is the private IP address. And here we are getting option allow this elastic IP address to be reassociated. So let me click on associate. So it's completed. Now we can see, okay, let me go to EC2 instance and let me refresh it. Okay, so now you can see the public IP address is changed to the elastic IP which we have created. So now if I will stop this instance, so let me copy it and I will paste it here. Now let me stop the instance and then we will restart it again. So if we will see the public IP, we are getting a same IP address or it's again getting changed. So the instance state still is in stopping state. So let's wait couple of minutes. Okay, so now we can see the instance state is in stopped state. So let me refresh it again. Let me reload it as well. So still we can see this public IP address is associated with this EC2 instance, and we stop the instance as well. So it is not released yet. So if I will start again, we will get a same IP address which we have associated. So basically this is the benefit of using elastic IP address. Like you want to keep a fixed IP address for your EC2 instance. In that case you should use a elastic IP, and definitely if you are using elastic IP there will be a separate charges for that particular IP address that you have to pay to AWS. So I hope it's clear. In case if you have any doubts, you can ping me over comments box. I'll try to reach out as soon as possible. So that's all for today. See you next video. Thank you so much.